Back here in the United States, in focus, comedian Bill Cosby is now a convicted criminal. The once beloved actor who was invited into the homes of millions of Americans was found guilty on this day on charges of sexual assault. A Pennsylvania jury of 7 men and 5 women convicted the 80-year-old Cosby on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. It's related to Andrea Constand, who says that Cosby drugged and raped her 14 years ago. The emotionally charged case portrayed Cosby as a sexual predator, though his defense said he was an innocent victim of the Me Too movement.
We are very disappointed by the verdict. We don't think Mr. Cosby is guilty of anything, and the fight is not over.
Finally, we can say women are believed, and not only on #MeToo, but in a court of law where they were under oath, where they testified truthfully, where they were attacked.
After the verdict was read in the courtroom, Cosby lashed out and cursed at the district attorney. The district attorney tried to tell the judge that Cosby was a flight risk and should be held behind bars. Cosby said, well, we won't say what he called the district attorney, but in any case, Cosby's lawyers say that they will appeal the verdict, and the judge decided that Cosby can be released. But of course, he faces a sentencing hearing in the months to come. Joining us now is Vinoo Varghese, defense attorney and former prosecutor. And Vinoo, there's a pretty good chance that he's going to go to jail, right?
Yes.
I mean, he can't argue his health. He seems to be fine for an 80-year-old man, so...
Yeah, look, he no longer enjoys the presumption of innocence. The judge would have actually been well within his right to actually incarcerate him today, but he allowed him to stay out. I think that the judge actually got into an argument with the prosecutor because the judge actually didn't believe he was a flight risk.
Now, the theory that the defense has, I suppose, in order to try to keep him out of prison, the theory is that they can actually keep the appeals going, right, and he doesn't serve time until the appeals are exhausted. But a lot of courts, you'll have to fight your appeal literally after you're already behind bars at this point. Correct.
Look, in his case, there are a lot of appellate issues. One of the things to be able to keep him out pending appeal is a chance for success on appeal. I think there is a good chance of success on appeal here.
On what grounds?
The case was involving one victim, one alleged victim, this Costin woman, but 5 other women were allowed to testify against him. So in essence, Cosby had 6 accusers. I mean, how is that remotely fair? He was convicted because he's a bad guy, the Me Too movement, but was he really guilty of this particular crime against this woman? That is really suspect.
But the appeals process, even if it's ultimately successful, that could take a couple of years, and in the meantime, he could spend a couple of years in prison.
Correct. Correct. No, what I'm saying is, though, if the appellate court, he can make a motion. If the judge sentences him to jail, the judge may sentence him to jail pending appeal. So, you know, he could potentially stay out while it's pending.
Given all of the allegations through the years at Bill Cosby, it did seem like the prosecutors tried to tailor this so narrowly so that they would get just at least one conviction as opposed to confusing the case. Is that fair?
I wonder who was the actual person that was the complainant here, because some of the other women who testified against him, one of them blurted out, "You're a serial rapist." The judge struck the comment from the jury to disregard it, but they've heard it. They hear all these women coming out. Well, remember, he's being charged for an assault on this one woman, but all these other women are coming out, this so-called prior acts evidence, which is really a way to just make the guy look like a bad guy. Therefore, you know what, he did it with all these other women, therefore he must be guilty here.
Vinoo Varghese, defense attorney and former prosecutor. Vinoo, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Good to have you.
Thank you.